All right, First Class Fatherhood live at Super Bowl Media Day, Super Bowl 57. We have made it back for the 5th annual First Class Fatherhood Super Bowl Media Day. Hey, Jalen, right here. I'm from First Class Fatherhood. What are the top values that your father instilled in you growing up?
Just to put the work in. If there's anything that he's taught me, to respect the people around you and put the work in.
Jason, right here. I'm from First Class Fatherhood. What do you enjoy most about being a girl dad?
Man, just looking at them, man. It's hard to explain, but I think every dad knows. You know, just seeing a smile on their face or the joy in their eyes. There's nothing that like melts my heart like faster than either of those things. Looking at my daughters, I told my wife when I had my first one, because we didn't have any sisters growing up. I just said I had no first cousin. Like, I wasn't around young women growing up, and I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spoil her. I'm going to raise her like she's a boy. I'm going to make her tough. And then the first time she smiled at me, I was like, this isn't going to work.
Hey, I did a great interview with your dad the other day for my show.
Yeah.
He had a lot of great things to say about you as a dad. What could you tell me about Ed as a father and a grandfather?
I had the best dad growing up, and he's the best granddad you could ask for. My dad and mom made me and my brother the most important things in their lives. They set aside everything they had, all the aspirations they had, to try and help us succeed and give us the amount of love and attention that was necessary for us to achieve our dreams. My dad took a step back career-wise to help take us to all of our sporting events and everything. He took a step back on Christmas to make sure we had gifts around the holidays. He took a second job at a candy store in one of the local malls. We had about as good of a dad experience as you could ask for. Matter of fact, my favorite holiday, I like to tell everybody, is Father's Day, because I feel like you realize at some point you realize how truly lucky you are if you have a dad like we had, that he was there and gave you all the support and love that you needed.
Every day is Father's Day. You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck Sunday. I'm with First Class Fatherhood. Okay. Tell me, how did becoming a father change your perspective on life?
You know what, being a dad and having, the children that I have, I mean, it really puts life in perspective that, family really matters. Family's a big part of our lives, and to have the kids and the spouse that I have, the wife that I have, it's awesome to be a dad. There's nothing better in the world than being a dad.
Let me ask you this, as a coach, do you notice any difference coaching the players on the team that are dads versus the players that aren't dads yet?
You know what? I can't answer that, because we're in the building. But obviously the guys that do have kids, they know what it is like to be a father. And then the guys that actually do have kids, when they have one, it does change, But like I said, being a father it's an unbelievable honor to be a dad, and it's awesome.
You're a first-class father all the way. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, Brett, congratulations on making the Super Bowl. Tell me, how did the experience of becoming a father change your perspective on life?
Becoming a dad is, one of the best experiences of my life, obviously besides getting married. But yeah, having the responsibility of my wife and I raising 3 kids is it's a blessing. And, just trying to give them a foundation in life so that, when they leave our house, going off to college, that they're ready to go. They're, responsible people. They love Jesus. They have a relationship with Him, and that they're people that we're proud of. And it's.
If you could, I'm a faith-based guy myself. Talk to me about your faith, if you could, and the role it plays in bringing up your kids, and the role it plays in your career as a player.
Yeah, I think our responsibility as parents, raising kids, is train them in the way they should go, and plant the seeds that we can for them, and just watch the Lord grow them. And so just kind of encourage them along the way. I'm doing like a little Bible reading with my son right now, and it's a big responsibility, but it's a blessing of a responsibility. So yeah.
How about as far as discipline goes? What kind of disciplinarian are you as a dad?
Yeah, it depends on honestly depends on the kid. Like all 3 of our kids are different. They all respond to discipline in different ways. So just kind of understanding each kid and what works for them and what doesn't work for them, and showing grace to them as well. Yeah, it's a challenge, but my wife and I do the best that we can.
Last thing I'll hit you with, what kind of advice do you have for that new dad or that about-to-be father who's out there listening?
Yeah, I mean, just be there for your child. Love on them with all you got. Show grace, show mercy. You're going to make mistakes. They'll make mistakes. Just love them with all you got.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks.
But how did becoming a father kind of change your perspective on life?
It changed my perspective as a father, as a man. Just wants to just be a better person. Because you got someone looking up after you. So
What would you say are the top values you want to instill in your kids growing up?
just being respectful. Give respect and be respectful. I think those two can go a long way. And being honest.
You got 1 and 1, right?
I have two.
Oh, yeah. You have one boy and girl? You going to try to break the tie? You're all done?
No, that's it.
That's it? All right. You're a first-class father. Good luck on Sunday. Slay, right here. I'm from First-Class Fatherhood. How did becoming a father at such a young age change your perspective on life?
Tremendously. Because me being 15 years old, man, I couldn't really experience a kid life anymore because I had to raise a young one myself. So it made me grow up faster than I wanted to. But then again, that's why I think I laugh and play a lot now because I'm bringing back my kid life still.
What advice would you give to a new teen dad that's out there in a similar situation as you?
I always believe, man, never give up. And don't be scared to ask for help. Because I was one of the guys that just felt like as a man, my son was my responsibility, but I had a great mother, my great grandma, his grandmas. So, they did a great job tremendously helping me out with them.
Well said. You're a first-class father, Slay. Good luck on Sunday.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Hey, Lane, right here. I'm from First-Class Fatherhood. What would you consider the top values you want to instill in your kids growing up?
I would like for them to be a good friend. I feel like you can't have enough of those in this world. And really, when you have a close friend or even family member, they can make life a whole lot more worthwhile. And you can spend lots of great years with them. So,
yeah, how did becoming a father change your perspective on life?
your responsibility. You got to watch what you say and what you do because you have people watching you. So I think that's been the biggest wake up is you have to be very careful what you say because they don't forget and they're always watching.
You sang on that Christmas album. Do you sing to your kids? You a lullaby guy or what?
No, I'm gonna turn on the radio and let them handle it. But when they enjoy music, I enjoy music. I wouldn't call myself a musician, but I do enjoy being around it.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you.
Here, I'm from First-Class Fatherhood. How did becoming a father change your perspective on life?
Well, you know what? I stopped worrying about what I couldn't control for real because most of the time that's taking me away from what I can be doing for my family. And I think for me, seeing my baby girl born first, then my son, it's like, it just gives you this. It's something that I can't even tell you unless you got a kid. It's just, man, I was doing all the wrong stuff. Not even all the wrong stuff, but just you always make sure that is what I'm doing now is going to impact my kids. And so I started to clean myself up a little more, and it only made me go harder in what I do because I know I'm doing it for them.
You got 1-1. You gonna try to break the tie?
Hey, we trying to do it. Trying to go 2 for 2.
Fly, Eagle, fly.
Fly, Eagle, fly, man.
Coach, I'm from First-Class Fatherhood. I love the press conference with your kids, but what kind of disciplinarian are you as a father?
It depends on which one of them you ask. No, you got to treat them all a little bit differently. But I got a great group of kids, and they needed to be a little bit reined in right there. Taylor, I was good. She was stealing the show, and that was okay. But she was distracting me a little bit. That's why I had to tell her to stop and look forward. I don't know if she listened to me all that much, though.
As a head coach, is it any different coaching the players on the team that are dads versus the players that are not dads?
You coach everybody a little bit differently. I mean, it's everybody. It's just like your kids, right? Not everyone's going to handle things the same way. Some guys need praise. Some guys need corrected. Some guys, that's why it's so important to connect with every single one of your guys so you know what buttons to push, because at the end of the day, the only goal is for us as coaches to serve them and help them get better as a football player.
Well said. What's the top values you hope to instill in your kids growing up?
A lot of things I would say are the things that my dad taught me and great coaches taught me. It's one thing I always want them to understand, I guess, is that when you work hard, you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. and you can reach your ceiling. You never know what your ceiling. Everyone's ceiling's different, but you really like something, you work hard at it, and hopefully you can accomplish your dreams.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you.
Coach, I'm with first-class fatherhood. This is Patrick's first Super Bowl as a dad. Have you noticed any changes in him since he's become a father?
Yeah, you know what? I'm proud of him as a dad, probably more so than anything, because he loves putting his daughter down to bed, and he's got the next Patrick Mahomes coming, and so I think he'll be tremendous as they grow. Right now they're young, and he spends as much time as he possibly can with them. I love that part of it. I love that he takes the time to with the kids.
Coach, I'm with first-class fatherhood. How did the experience of becoming a father change your perspective on life?
It's changed my life a whole lot. I mean, I got two. I was gonna say two boys, but I got two young men now. My oldest is 27, and my youngest is 23. In fact, my oldest will be 28. Wow! On Super Bowl Sunday, man, I'm getting old. But I will say this, because that's a great question. And my oldest son has cerebral palsy, okay, and he's confined to a wheelchair. And I'll say this, going through that experience has made me and my wife feel that we can overcome any situation. Because of everything that he's been through, it just gives you a whole different perspective on life. And so when you talk about fatherhood, I take a tremendous amount of pride in being a father. But on top of that, having a strong woman, in my wife, who is the backbone of who we are.
Right on with that. That's well said. Now, this is the first Super Bowl Patrick Mahomes will be playing in when he's a dad. Have you noticed a change in Patrick since he's become a father at all?
Oh, yeah. We call him an old man now, a little tired. Comes in, complain, the baby won't sleep, sometimes. I'm like, hey, man, just think about this, okay? You're going to deal with this for the rest of your life, at least for 18 years. Some of them 18 plus. But he's doing a hell of a job. He's a great human being. His parents did an outstanding job of raising him. He's a great husband. He's a great father. And I just think the world of him.
Very well said. You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck on Sunday.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I talked to you a couple of times last year. I'm with first-class fatherhood. My show focuses on fatherhood.
Oh, nice.
Last time, lost the Super Bowl, had a difficult year this year so far, picked it up in the playoffs. What kind of lessons you take away from this year? How did your faith get you through this year? And what does it prove to your kids that you're battling through the adversity?
Oh, wow. It's a good question. I mean, I faced a lot of adversity. I never missed a game before injury-related until this year. And you get injured, and now you're rehabbing, you're trying to get back to full health, but you got to be there for your team, and you just kind of have to figure it out and do your best, right? And I had to do my best and just kind of figure it out as I went. Obviously, I missed some big kicks there, but I feel like I've kept going every single day. How can I improve? I've tried to not listen to anything negative or positive, right? I listen to my coaches, my teammates, my family, kind of keep it tight-knit and just focus on every day, how can I get better? And, through the grace of God, that kick in the playoffs went through. And I'm just very fortunate that happened. But at the same time, if it's God's will for that not to go through, then maybe it doesn't go through.
Well, I wanted to ask you, because I know you're big in your faith, and what happened with Damar Hamlin brought the entire country together, and prayer became the focal point. How awesome was it to see so many people praying for Damar Hamlin and everybody being brought together through prayer?
I think that was awesome. I think it was originally pray for Damar Hamlin, and they got changed to love for Damar Hamlin. But we live in a society with good and bad, right? And I recognize God as the representation of good. I understand Jesus Christ to be His Son, and I think everyone should give Jesus a shot. And I think He'll change your life. And when He is the center of your life, it makes everything way more ordered. To be a father, to be a husband, to be a kicker. Everything is in line and in order correctly.
Amen. Last thing I'll ask you is, what advice do you have for that new dad or that about-to-be father out there listening?
You got to man up, man. It's going to be tough, right? Before I was married, before I had children, I had a lot of free time. I could do whatever I wanted. When you get married, now you got responsibilities to provide for your wife. And then when you have children, now you got your wife and the child. So it comes with great challenges, but with challenges come growth, and it's a blessing. It's a beautiful thing.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck Sunday,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Do you notice any difference coaching the players on the teams that do have kids as opposed to the ones that don't?
That's a great question. In guys that do have children, there's a change. especially when they have the kids while you're with them. They become, when they have daughters especially, the guys all change. But I love watching our guys when they're able to bring the kids over, when they're old enough to get around, and they can come on the field, they can play, and they can experience it. I think that to me is priceless.
Very cool. All right, Alec Lace live here, First Class Fatherhood. Michael, tell me, how did becoming a father change your perspective on life?
Oh, man, it put everything in perspective. Have 2 little girls. They mean the world to me. They're my whole world. And it makes you realize football and everything else is great, but at the end of the day, it's about family, and it's about those 2 girls, my wife, obviously, as well. So, definitely put things in perspective, and it's been quite the journey, but I love being a dad.
What do you love most about being a girl dad?
Oh, I mean, they're just the cutest little girls. When they say dada, tell me how much they love me, and all those types of things. It's just really special.
Now, for me, I got 3 boys. We got the girl on the 4th try.
Yeah.
So I only got 1, and I discipline her a little differently than I do my boys. What kind of discipline are you?
So they're a little young right now, 2 years old and 5 months.
Okay.
So not too much discipline yet, but it's hard to.
What kind of discipline style did you grow up with your parents?
Yeah, definitely be respectful, definitely disciplined, made sure did all the right things. Yeah, definitely grew up disciplined household, and I'm definitely going to carry that over to all my kids as well.
Have you noticed any change in Patrick Mahomes since he's become a dad now and taking on that role of fatherhood? What's he like as a dad with his kids?
Great as a dad. Yeah, absolutely. We've done some family events where he's gotten guys together who can bring their kids along because he's got 2 little ones. Actually, our daughters are almost the same age. And you can see just a loving dad, very caring. And, we just aspire to be the best dads we can be.
Last thing I'll ask you, what kind of advice do you have for that new dad or for that about-to-be father out there listening?
Man, be flexible. You're going to learn on the fly. You can read all the baby books you want and all those different types of things, but at the end of the day, you got to just be flexible, and things are going to get thrown at you, and you're going to face different adversity and good times and bad times, and just be a loving father and being a caring father, all the time.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck on Sunday, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. All right, Kyle, congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl. Tell me, how did the experience of becoming a father change your perspective on life?
Oh, man, I was actually having my first daughter when I was entering the NFL. So, man, now I'm on my 3rd kid. So it's changed my perspective drastically. Just going from being just a person to being a parent. You kind of realize why our parents were so crazy about us, because it's like, all you want to do is protect. You want to make sure that they're going to have a good life, have a better life than you had. And that's my only goal. And so that kind of is how my perspective changed when I got to the NFL. It wasn't me doing it for myself anymore. It was me doing it for my children.
Well said. What would you say are the top values you hope to instill in your kids growing up?
I just hope to instill in my kids that, one, is that, always when you get a goal, you want to go get that goal. You know what I mean? It's always going to be hard to do it, but you don't ever want to just, I give up because, such and such. I know they're going to get tired of me telling my one Division I offer story when they grow up, but I just want to instill, not to give up on your goals, and then just to always, be smart, make smart decisions. Obviously, I got 2 daughters, so I got to instill making smart decisions early on. So that's my goal.
What do you enjoy about being a girl dad?
Oh man, I'm a softie when I get around them. They, they shower me in love. I know that when I get older, they're gonna be the ones taking care of me and stuff. So I love being a girl dad, man. Every time I come home, hearing my little girl scream when I come in the door, it's a beautiful feeling.
Last thing I'll hit you with, what kind of advice do you have for that new dad or for that about-to-be father out there listening?
Man, don't get discouraged. I think that dads don't really realize how, I guess, the mom is very much important in the first, few months of a baby's life, especially when, breastfeeding and stuff like that. So I feel like a lot of dads oftentimes find themselves like, man, I don't really know where to fit in, and all I can say is do anything you can to help that woman, that just had your baby, and, do anything you can to help her, anything you can to make her job easier, and I promise you, that's going to make your job easier. That's going to make your life easier.
Well said. You're a first-class father all the way, man. Good luck on Sunday.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Travis, I'm from First Class Fatherhood. I just did an interview with your dad a couple of days ago. What could you tell me about him as a father, and what kind of values did he instill in you growing up?
Man, he installed so many values. I mean, love, gratitude, appreciation of the people around me, the respect for the people around me, and the respect for the people that don't look anything like me. He gave me the ultimate, key in life, and that's to have fun. And that's what he gave me as a kid, and I appreciate everything that he did for us growing up and how much of a motivation he is for me today.
What has it been like watching your brother Jason become a dad and take on that role of fatherhood?
Oh, man, he's killing it, man. He's killing it. Every time I go over there, those girls are smiling from ear to ear. And, he's definitely he's doing his best at Kelce impression, and he's killing it.
Hey, Patrick, right here. I'm from First Class Fatherhood. You're building an NFL legacy right now, but what kind of legacy do you want to build as a father?
Yeah, I mean, I want to always be remembered for how I raise my kids, and our kids are who are going to showcase who we are as our life goes on, and when we're not here. And so to have 2 kids now, a baby girl and a baby boy, it's special. It makes you appreciate every single day. And so it's been amazing, and I can't wait to watch these kids grow up and then become the people that I hope I can influence them to become.
You got 1-1. You going to try to break the tie?
Oh, no, I'm not going to break the tie for a while at least. I got a girl and a boy, and I'm 27. I'm like, I'll let these kids grow up because it's hard when you get home from a long day at work and you got a baby in one arm or a baby in the other arm at all times.
You're a first-class father all the way. Good luck Sunday.
I appreciate you.
Alec Lace live here at Super Bowl Media Day. Adam Scheftner, thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time here.
Thank you, Alec.
How many kids do you have? How old?
I have a 22-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter here working for Nickelodeon.
Very cool. How did becoming a father change your perspective on life?
Well, it's obviously a lot more about her than about me, and that's how it should be. And when you become a parent, it's about looking out for others. I spend a lot of time looking after myself, and as we get older, you understand it's more about them. And so when I was younger, I would take my daughter to work, and now that we're a little bit older, she's taking me to work with her.
Very well said. What would you consider to be the top values you hope to instill in your kids growing up?
That's a good question. To be loving, to be caring, to be thoughtful, to be fair, to work hard, and do yourself the right way.
Very well said. Last thing I'll hit you with here. What kind of advice do you have for that new dad or for that about-to-be father who's out there listening?
It's the kind of thing I think that comes naturally because you love that child so much that you would do anything for them. So as long as that's the case, you follow your heart, usually you wind up in a good spot and things will work out.
Very well said. You're a first-class father all the way. Thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time.
Thank you.
All right, here we are live, Super Bowl Media Day. Matt Roloff, what do you think of your first media day?
Well, it's crazy. There's a lot of chaos going on, but it's a fun kind of chaos. There seems to be some systematic approach to it. I just haven't figured out what it is yet.
Would you be happier if the Niners were here?
Don't tell anybody, but yeah.
All right, that's it. Live here at Phoenix, Arizona, Super Bowl 57. Media Day is wrapped up. Place is emptying out. Matt, first experience. Tell us what you thought.
Fun. What a fun night. Got lots of good dads out there.
We got a lot of good content. Got everybody that we were trying to get. And we'll see you next year, Las Vegas. Let's get it.